from Appleton Avenue down to Capitol. Northbound slowing down just before Mayfair Road up to Hampton. And westbound 94 a little bit tight from about 35th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly cloudy, hot and humid again, chance of rain and storms, a high of 90 at the state line, 85 farther north. Tonight, a slight chance for rain and storms, otherwise mostly cloudy, a low of 70. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
So we decided to buy a cow.
Okay.
You know, for the meat. I bought a quarter of it. He bought a quarter of it. And two of his relatives also bought a quarter, who are the biggest cheap thieves, losers on the planet.
I can't believe Elaine's never taken you here before.
Well, I'm really not much of a meat eater.
You don't eat meat? What are you, one of those?
Well, no, I'm not one of those.
Bought the cow home, right? Okay. So I was the last one to get there because his loser family went in there and pilfered all the meat. So I was stuck with hamburger when I was expecting filet and stuff like that.
I'll have the porterhouse medium rare.
What do you recommend besides a steak?
The lamb chops are good.
Anything lighter? How do you prepare the chicken?
It's a full bird, stuffed with ham, topped with gorgonzola.
You know what? I think I'll just have a salad.
2 years later, I decided to do it again.
Get a cow with it.
Yeah. Did the exact same thing. And I blew up at him.
Just a salad. Just a salad. Just a salad.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamorro. Here's Jen Latta.
Running around, she wants to ride it, she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever, she's too excited. Her man look like he wanna fight. He ain't doing nothing but running his mouth, talk about it. We all about it, they making plans.
NBA season still months away. And yet, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I can't hear myself. It's a fun game for me.
But you can hear us.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, I'm glad that you can hear me. I assume that other people can hear me. Maybe it's my brain censoring. It's like, you know what? We have enough of you. Let's just turn that down. NBA season's still several months away, and yet look at Miles Turner bringing value on a Thursday afternoon or a Thursday morning in July. Miles Turner tweeting yesterday. I want to make sure I read it correctly. He said, when y'all be on dates with your significant other, do you sit on the same side of the table or across from each other? So Evco, our buddy Evco, who does Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio each and every morning before Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, responded.
Miles Turner is?
The new Buck Center.
Oh, from Indiana. Okay, continue.
Frank Winters.
Evan Cohen.
There were 14 people out there thinking the same thing.
Evan Cohen is the name
him.
of Evco.
Yes.
He hosts Unsportsmanlike.
Yes.
Before that was on Sirius XM for years. Did a show on
Edwin
ESPN West Palm. Yes. Was mistakenly called Edwin Corn by a big voice guy. It became a running joke for years and years here at GKB. What else? What other biographical information?
I think he was straight on Evan. It was the Miles Turner thing that was giving him some trouble.
Went to Texas.
I mean, to be fair, you haven't seen Miles Turner in a Bucks uniform yet, but you won't see Miles Turner in a Bucks uniform until, what do you think, Gabe, December?
October?
No, I'm talking about when Chewy will see Miles Turner in a Bucks uniform.
They play on Christmas?
Yeah.
They play on Christmas.
Their schedule's not out yet.
They have a lot of guys with the same name. In my defense, same name. Same name.
Like what?
Oh, you want me to pull up the roster?
I don't believe they have a Miles.
Doesn't matter. It's the same name. Like Travis Wilson is the same name as Miles Davis.
Turner.
Okay.
Miles Davis.
So I think your problem. Okay, so I understand where he's coming. I'm about to defend you. I understand where he's coming because they have a couple of juniors, right? So you have Gary Trent Jr., you have Kyle Porter Jr., and in Chewy's mind, that's the same name.
Yes.
You know how juniors work, right?
It's named after the dad.
Perfect. Just wanted to make sure. Hey, listen.
Why don't they do that with girls?
Ooh, I don't know.
Why is it a guy thing? Beef jerky?
Let's move on.
Beef jerky.
What did he just
He said the patriarchy.
Oh.
And you thought he said beef jerky. Which, to be fair, I could make a case that those are one and the same, actually.
Okay, continue.
All right, we're
with your
moving
story.
on. So Evan
We're
Cohen
square.
responds to Miles Turner, newest buck from the Pacers, as we have established here. And he says, this is almost as difficult as where to actually eat. I may have a cop-out answer, but it is next to, but not on the same side nor across. If it's a square table, you sit at the two closest seats, but again, not next to nor across. What does he mean by that?
Well, because on the square, you have the four sides. So, so it's one side, and the other.
So he's saying corner.
Corner.
Take the corners.
Yeah. So you're next to each other.
Hold on, with
Absolutely
your
not.
significant other.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it bothers me when the blammer, I take him out to lunch, he goes corner to corner with me. I'm like,
It's sitting on the other side.
I need
please.
a little room
Sit
here.
across, and you're a big dude.
Yeah.
See, that's what I was going to say. This to me is person dependent. Dario, my husband, is the biggest of our family, right? He's the biggest of. So he needs the most space. He's also an only child, so he gets a little feisty when people are like rubbing up elbow. Then you also have if people are left-handed or right-handed, and you try to arrange people according to that, so you don't have the bumping and the jostling as you're forking.
Yeah.
But I think this is just a one-on-one situation. Because, if you've got kids like that, I think this is just what Miles is asking. One-on-one situation. You, your significant other, are going out to eat. You're sitting at the square table. Are you sitting across from each other or next to each other?
Never next.
So you sit across from each
I gotta
other?
think
Yes.
about that.
Yeah.
You're a next to?
Uh-huh.
No, I think I
Really?
go across with Ange.
Yeah.
I did not know that you were a next to.
No, across from each other. You're yelling. You can't get across the
Yelling?
table. It's
Eye
not-
contact.
What kind of table are you sitting at, King Arthur?
Yeah, I mean, maybe you guys need to go some fancier places.
Bigger tables. No, in fact, when we walk into a restaurant, and the other thing is that you got the booths sometimes. You know the booths? I think of like a P.F. Chang's, okay? Are you with me in
Yes,
the P.F.
I
Chang's?
gotcha.
And they got the round booths around the whole exterior of the
If you're
place.
taking a round booth for two people, you need to be booted out of that place.
You mean the Half Moon?
Yeah.
That's too big for two people.
But what if it's a slow
You're-
day?
You're
You can
like
take
two
it.
people.
You
No,
can
I
take
know.
you can take a half booth at P.F. Chang's on a lunchtime. You can. It's okay. It's allowed.
No, that's.
It's way more comfortable than the chairs.
I understand, but there's two of you. The booth, the big thing is for a big group of people.
Me and Angie don't like touching.
Okay, so that
Like the
explains why
blammer
you would
when I
sit
sit next to
Liar.
Well, when the
Shoot.
sun goes down, it's fine. But
or a couple of glasses
like
of
the
wine.
blammer will talk with his hands, and you know how people that reach out and touch you? I don't like that. Don't touch me. It's kind of like, right?
I'm gonna
So
start
is this
touching-
part
creepy?
I'm
of
gonna start
why
touching
you don't
more just to
want?
freak out.
No, I don't like being touched.
Is this part of why you don't want him on the corner? Because
Yes.
he's too close, he
Yes.
can touch. If
Yeah.
he's across, at least it's harder for him to make that physical contact.
Yes. I don't like that.
I will say this. I have walked into restaurants before and seen dates and seen couples sitting next to each other, and I always think it's weird. I'm always like, oh, what are you trying to prove? What are you trying to prove? Oh, you guys like each other so much.
Oh,
you have to
sounds,
sit next to
sounds
each
like
other.
someone's insecure over here.
Not
Just
insecure.
making judgments about other people.
I don't think I'm alone on this. I think that the sitting next to is
No.
bizarre.
Like you'll sit next to
Yeah.
Z
Yeah.
in a booth.
No, well, not in a booth. In a booth, it's a across from
Okay, I can-
situation.
I-
I'm saying in this
yes, I
in this
can-
square table situation because it's
that's
the only
okay.
one that exists.
That's not for me,
the
but
square
it's okay.
the square table situation.
Yeah.
We will go next to each other. Yes, booth is bigger, so you got to sit across from each other. 'Cause you can't. Sit
Oh, that's what I was. I'm picturing you two canoodling in a booth next to each other.
No, this is a next to only in the square table situation.
Yeah.
Where you're not across from each other, you're sitting next to each other.
I also like to put my
in the square
legs
table.
up on the chair next to me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know. You know how many times we catch your thigh meat on the camera
I
over
know.
here?
Yeah.
Well, you can still do that if you're sitting next to someone.
Well, that's kind of a sign like don't sit next to me. But bro will walk around the other side and sit on the other chair. The
Okay,
blammer.
let's take this one step further. Can you have a conversation with your buddy, the blammer, and let him know that his seating choice offends you?
I'm assuming they've already had the conversation. He just doesn't care.
Like when we have Blammer Thursday, I have 4
Chairs.
stools at, what do you call that? The
Like-
center island.
Yeah, it's kind of like bar stools at the
And
island. Sure.
I put his drink before he gets there in his spot, and I'm all the way on the 4th seat.
Okay.
So you have a 2-seat buffer.
Yes. But when we show up at every restaurant, because he's old, he's got to go to the bathroom, I order his drink, and I put it across, and then he grabs it and moves it to the corner.
Well, I mean, maybe he's hard. I mean, he's an older guy. Maybe it's tough to hear, especially in a restaurant situation. A lot of murmuring going around.
Yeah.
He wants to hear the thing, and he wants to make sure that you hear when he calls you fat boy.
Yeah.
He wants to make sure you hear that.
Yeah. I got to text him right now.
Are you going to tell him to sit across from you from now on? Hey, I've been thinking. Hey.
No. It's 4 o'clock, Blammer. I forgot it's Thursday.
All right, fair enough. So how do you sit when you go to a restaurant? And I think what we're doing here is we're breaking down some of the nuance, which is, again, I was picturing booth. I was picturing P.F. Chang's, Circle booth. And those booths are big. When Dario and I will go have lunch and we will sit across, it does feel egregiously far. It does feel like you're way over there. But I also don't feel comfortable sitting next to him. So then it would be, like you said, Gabe, kind of splitting the corner. So he's on the one end and I'm sort of splitting the corner and we're like 90 degrees away from each other as opposed to 180, if that makes sense.
For example, we went for our anniversary last month.
Well, that's another detail, though. Anniversary feels different than just your average lunch.
Sure, but if it's just a square table... Again, we're sitting next to each other. We're not sitting across from each other. It's a smaller square table, a high top, so we're sitting next to each other, kind of off in the corner.
I think I go across.
Especially a square. Rectangle, different story.
Yeah. What about round? 4 seats.
All right, King Arthur.
Then it's across, not next to. Because then you're actually closer on a round high top with 4 seats.
Oh, I was going to say a high top. That makes sense. I was going to say, I don't know how many restaurants are doing rounds because the whole point is you want variety. You want options.
Yeah.
So you square them up so that you can go.
I prefer a round table.
Again, King Arthur.
Yeah.
Am I your Lancelot?
Yeah. No one's in charge. Except when it comes time to pay the bill.
Wait, do you have a round kitchen table?
At the lake we do.
No,
sorry. At both houses.
How many people can get around it?
I'm sorry. At all 3 houses, we have round tables.
Any other properties that you want to add?
Keep reminding us how wealthy you are.
Any properties you bought between yesterday and today that you want to fill us in on?
I think the round is tough with 4. I think the round has to be minimum 5 people.
5, 4.
How many people?
I got a 5 and I got a 4.
800-990-3776. 4 people on a round, that feels weird. Now you're cornering the 4s, right? You're like, it ends up being a square anyway. You're at the points. You're at the corners. Tim, the trash man, says, I prefer to sit across from my wife. Sitting next to each other is weird. You have to turn your head to talk, and you're too close to hear the other person chewing or smacking. No, thank you. The yard possum from
like
Lake
you've
Mills.
Got some other issues you need to address there, Tim.
It also depends on the seating arrangement, how close the tables are to the person you'd be backing up to if you sat across. That's another nuance, right? How tightly packed are the tables in the spot, right? If I have a choice between sitting with my back to somebody else and I back out of my chair and boom, we're hitting every time, maybe then I do decide to sit on the corner like Gabe and his wife do when they go out to dinner. 800-990-3776. Chewy's song of the day is Don't Stand So Close to Me by The Police. That from our buddy Chef Ed.
Yes. Yes, I like space.
Because you're a big guy.
Respect people's space. Why are you so quiet back there?
I was working on our stream.
All right. What does Mussolini prefer?
We sit across from each other.
Like normal people.
Yeah, I don't want to be touching elbows. Also, if you're getting multiple drinks, cocktails, waters, if we've got appetizers we're sharing, we're running out of real estate. I'm trying to utilize as much space to make it as comfortable as a position as possible. Also,
how many appetizers are you using? When the plate is empty, you move it to the other side of the empty table.
Who's judging?
Yeah.
Now who's judging?
When was the last time you went to dinner with us? Because we went to Good Kind with 4 people. And guess how many appetizers there were?
Good Kind's a little bit different because it's all small plates.
It wasn't small plates. The champagne oysters, breaded oysters, was a massive heap.
You're in the minority, okay?
Yeah, and we think you're a little weird.
You're in the minority. We think you're a little bit weird.
I think
I'm
eye
just gonna
contact is
parrot
so
everything.
Wait, time out though. Is it something that your wife insists on? Is this like you and your? Because Gabe, that's kind of your thing, right? Like if your wife said she wanted to sit next to you, you'd be like, absolutely, let's make it happen.
We have never talked about it. It's never been a conversation.
Is there a potential that you're sitting next to her and she'd prefer you to sit across from her and she just hasn't said it?
I'd like to think at this point she'd let me know.
But is it possible?
No, so like yesterday we went to a brewery yesterday, got a couple of drinks during happy hour. And I don't know if it's just easier also with the dog because then we're kind of passing the leash back and forth. So we're sitting next to each other on a square table.
What about a picnic table? Let's say you're sitting outside at one of these beer gardens and you got a picnic table.
Yeah, that's an across situation.
All right, so you're not totally weird.
No, like you can't. Like, I don't think you want to be directly next to someone, but if they're on an angle, it's not that big of a deal.
What about a shared communal type table? I'm thinking you go to Summerfest and they got all those tables over there by the eating area. How do you take up space but also leave space for other people on a busy day? Are you across then and then you know you're going to be sitting next to a stranger likely? Or do you sit next to because the table becomes that barrier?
Don't find myself in those situations.
How about the movie theater? Empty theater.
You leave a
One
spot.
seat removed?
I mean, we usually get like a popcorn to share, so we're going to sit next to each other.
Yeah, the popcorn goes in the middle.
No.
I will tell you this. I saw somebody post
the popcorn that's keeping the seat down.
I saw somebody post. Oh, but the big ones. You got the big loungers now. They just stay down by themselves. I saw somebody post the other day that he went to the movie with his family. They took the 4 seats in the perfect spot, right? Middle, a little bit up, so you don't have to do the neck thing. And he said someone came in and they sat right next to him. Empty theater. So it was him and his 3 family members, so the 4 of them.
Yeah.
And then they had a family of 4, and he said there was a baby, and they sat right next to them with the baby.
I'm moving.
Or I'm saying something to the person.
Yes.
What do you say?
You're not saying anything.
I have.
You're a big, and again, you like Chewy, like to talk.
What were you about to say? You're a big something, right? You weren't about to say what I thought you were about to say.
No, you just give him the dude, really.
Yeah.
Right? Right?
Right. I've said something to people when it's like, excuse me, there's all that room over here. Can we spread out a little bit?
Could you maybe shove down?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Maybe
sure,
shove
maybe there's
down
a little
couple?
liquid courage
It's like
involved.
getting on Southwest.
Yeah,
That's
the situation.
It's like getting on Southwest.
Now we're getting down to the
right?
bottom.
When you're A whatever, you're A15, plenty of seats, and then A20 comes and sits between me and Angie, and you're like, really, dude? The rest of the plane
Just because they want to be close to the front of the plane.
And that's when I do I don't blow up. I do the blow up before. She'll just tap me and go, okay. And then I go,
when you
and
said,
then throw the legs over the middle seat. You know?
So
And
for
it
people
works.
who are listening to the radio and not watching on the stream, I thought blow up meant you were about to have a hissy fit.
No.
You're talking about how you just went,
Yeah.
Yeah, like a cartoon.
and your body got bigger.
All of a
Too
sudden,
inflated
the chest comes out, the shoulders.
Yeah.
The
My
very,
back I just did laugh.
Yeah. I was about to say, the very broad shoulders somehow got broader.
I love that there's just a look your wife shoots you, and you know, you're like, it's time.
Because we wait till there's going to be 6 seats available on the plane. You know, if there's 20, you don't have to worry. Or a full flight, you don't have to worry.
Well,
But 6
apparently-
seats, you're like, all right, this is a competition now.
Not going to have to worry about that for much longer because
No,
isn't
I heard,
Southwest
yeah.
going to assigned seating?
End of the month.
End of the month already?
July, I think, 29th.
Well, that came up on me fast.
Yep.
800-990-3776. The question is, when y'all be on dates with your significant others, do you sit on the same side of the table or across from each other? And Gabe has given us the option number 3, corners. You sit corners next to each other,
On the
not
square
next
table.
to in a booth, which is what I was picturing when Miles Turner, Milwaukee Bucks, from the Pacers, as we've established, presented this question to us. 800-990-3776. Let us know. We've got Jason Wilde coming up next. He's going to talk to us about Packers training camp and everything that went on yesterday up at 1265. And a lot of other stuff to get to. Brewers got a big win yesterday. That's another series victory for your Brew Crew. We'll talk about all that as Jen, Gabe, and Chewy rolls on.
With a dedicated Milwaukee team, Fifth Third Bank knows what success looks like. For 15 years, we've been serving businesses, organizations, and individuals in the area with a long-standing commitment to the healthcare and not-for-profit not-for-profit sectors. Whether it's expansion to commercial payments, Fifth Third offers a full suite of financial services and solutions to navigate your organization's complex needs. They have a great team here in Milwaukee. You need to take advantage of it if you're looking to grow your business. So experience the difference with Fifth Third Bank National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Southbound on 41, got some backups just a little bit just south of Appleton Avenue, heading towards Silver Spring. Northbound, backing up between Mayfair Road and Hampton. The rest of the system's actually looking pretty good. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, partly cloudy skies, hot and humid, chance for rain and storms, a high of 90 at the state line, 85 further north. Tonight, slight chance for rain and storms, mostly cloudy with a low of 70. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
I would just say that right now I think all options are on the table. I think that they went through that trade thing and they talked to teams, and it's not like those talks are shut down.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30. Sponsored by Island Resort and Casino.
But they didn't go anywhere. And when they don't go anywhere, it opens up the possibility that they could be back.
On 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO-certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S., and they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit lakelandsupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
Evan Cohen here. Typically, you don't associate speed with quality. For example, you don't go through a fast food drive-thru and expect a gourmet meal to go. Well, here's an exception. If you're hiring, you can find candidates fast who are also extremely qualified for your job. Just use ZipRecruiter. With ZipRecruiter's advanced resume database, you can proactively find qualified candidates in minutes. No wonder why ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site based on G2. Try it free at ZipRecruiter.com/USL. That's ZipRecruiter.com/USL.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
It's time. Time for the pro to get everything for the job delivered. Large orders of lumber, doors, windows, paint, plumbing, anything the job needs, all from one partner. Get it today with same-day delivery. Get it tomorrow with next-day delivery on 50,000 plus products. Or get it on your timeline with scheduled delivery on everything from framing to flooring. It's time to get your whole job, all your jobs delivered. Ask about all our new delivery options at the Pro Desk. The Home Depot Pro, it's about time.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
I can't believe they're moving the team to another city.
True, but you'll never forget all the joy they brought into your life.
Joy? They made the playoffs twice in 50 years.
Gosh, those 2 times were pretty great, weren't they?
How would I know? I wasn't even born yet.
Just think of all the free time you'll have on game days.
Those games were the highlight of my week.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Ready, down, put.
All Packers, all the time.
He was a field tilting player, and the reason why Gabe and many others are so concerned is that this guy's on the field, he changes the offensive dynamic. They are a different offense when he is there.
Okay, most of the time.
You know, Homer calls Matt LaFleur soft all the time. Matt LaFleur is like Vince Lombardi compared to me.
It's Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Brought to you by Exterior Pros. Ready to tackle your home improvement project this year? Exterior Pros in Baths is here to help you score big with quality home exterior and shower upgrades. Visit extpros.com. Also brought to you by Lakeland Supply. Lakeland Supply is in business to make your business better. Set up a free packaging and supply chain assessment at lakelandsupply.com.
Man, we are so lucky to have Jason Wilde, boots on the ground at Packers training camp, to give us the 411. I almost said 414. Autopilot. Good morning, Jason. How you doing today?
Nike 270s. Not boots. But yeah, I'm here.
While we're doing numbers, what's your biggest takeaway from yesterday? And again, I know we're tempering expectations. We're not getting too high. We're not getting too low about things that happen on day one of training camp in Green Bay. But your biggest takeaway from everything that happened yesterday, including, all of the main characters addressing the media.
Yeah, we're not tempering expectations. That's what my takeaway was. I mean, they're, openly talking about, and this all dates back. And I love that Gooey said, that we really took that quote and ran with it back in January. But when the general manager says we need to ramp up our urgency and it's time we start competing for championships, he knew when he said that what the response was going to be. He knew that those were very big phrases that were going to draw a lot of attention, not just from us, but once we as the media dispensed it from fans. And so, I thought yesterday the message was we're embracing those expectations. And we got a lot of work to do to reach that goal. But I loved what LaFleur had to say yesterday, talking about their, fancy schmancy new locker room and saying, this gives us 0 wins. Yeah, it's sexy, but you know what isn't sexy? The work required to become the team that he thinks they're capable of being. So if you're going to embrace those expectations, great. And we're going to hold you to them, and we'll see how this season plays out.
Jason, give me the guy or guys that you saw that came in and you're like, wow, he's really in shape, or he really did some work in the offseason. Is there a guy or plural?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We saw these guys 6 weeks ago, and I can tell you this: Edgerrin Cooper was the guy that we were like, whoa. He went from 220-ish to 240.
Wow.
And he says he hasn't lost any of his speed. Again, we'll have to wait and see on that. They were, the stuff they ran yesterday, it was still all the same stuff from OTAs and mandatory minicamp, shorts, jerseys, and helmets, no real contact of any kind, no pads. But it was at a higher clip for sure. Most of it was jog through or maybe 3/4 speed during the off season, and there were plenty of full speed moments yesterday. So that was noticeable. But yeah, I don't know if there were too many guys that looked a lot different to me, and there certainly have been years where they did. But Cooper looked the same as when I'd last seen him, and that was the one that you were like, oh, okay, this guy has started to remake his body after a year, in the NFL, a year in an NFL weight room, a year with a nutrition team that was clearly more effective than Texas A&M. So that would be the one guy. And I'm really curious to see, because one of the things that he does really well, as Matt LaFleur would put it, is eat up the grass. He just closes with such speed. If getting stronger so he can handle things at the point of attack better costs him his speed, how does that change him as a player?
Jason, have the Packers or Matt LaFleur talked about they've gotten off to slow starts the last 4 years? Start of the schedule is pretty tough this year. Have they talked about any way that they want to prepare differently during training camp to try to avoid another slow start with how tough those first 2 games are?
Yeah, that's a really good question. And not just because I asked the same question and not because he said no, We're not changing anything. We feel good about our plan. So we'll see. But you're right. 2 games in 5 days to start the season, both at home, both against NFC contenders. I thought it was a very valid question that needed to be asked. But his indication, I asked Goody it too, and his indication was, we're not changing things just because of the way the schedule starts out. So very valid.
Well, but I think it's more than just because the schedule's tough. I think it's you've gotten. I think that's certainly a part of it because you look at but you change things when things aren't working, and I would argue that their plan to get ready for the season the last couple of years hasn't been working.
Yeah, Gabe.
I'm not arguing with you, Jason. I'm just saying, it's more than just that. It's.
Yes, I'm aware. Yes, I'm aware. And the only thing that surpassed that answer in my mind was when Pete Doherty from the Press Gazette asked him if there were no restrictions, would you want to practice more than you're allowed to? And he said no.
Yeah, that's just a lie, Jason. Of course, coaches want to practice more.
That's just trying to kiss up to the players.
Yeah, he wants more. Look, the rules are what they are. I get it, but I personally would say that, and look, last year, in fairness, I suppose we have to say this in fairness to the head coach. Last year, in reaction to the slow, uneven start they had in 2023, they did some live tackling at the end of family night. They did change up their approach slightly, trying to lead into Brazil. But no, you're right. I mean, it's a totally valid question. Now, if I would have been LaFleur, I would have said, well, Jason, what do you think we should do differently that we can do in training camp that would allow us to be better at the start of the season? Because I do think, and I don't think he's the only one, I think all these Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan offshoot guys, I think they all have the same belief. I mean, I bet if we went up to Minnesota, we would see the same thing from Kevin O'Connell, who I really like. But I'm guessing they all think it's work smarter, not harder. I do think that that's the mentality, and if that means no, we're not gonna hit more, we're not gonna practice longer, or whatever it might be, that's what they believe, and we'll see how they start the season. I just think if I was Matt LaFleur, I would say, look, I don't think that there's a causation between our approach in training camp and how we play in the opening couple weeks of the season. I think we need to do a better job of executing once we get there. And I don't know, if you're only allowed so much practice time, I'm not sure how you improve that execution.
Jason, because the Packers are publicly owned, we know their finances, unlike a lot of the other teams. Well, I guess all of the other teams in the NFL, and the numbers are staggering. Packers receiving $432.6 million in national revenue from the NFL last season. Ostensibly, that is also what every other team in the league got. The reason I guess it becomes interesting for the Packers is because, as far as we know, they are still sort of embroiled in that rent dispute with the city of Green Bay. And our reaction to those numbers was, wow, it makes it really hard to sit here and go, 1 million? 1 million per year? Spit on the hand deal? What was your reaction to that enormous number that was released yesterday?
Yeah, I love the fact that there was one reporter that asked about that number and how that compares to the other teams in the league. That the reason why that's so interesting is because they're the only team that has to share that number, and so that then everyone does what you just did. You multiply that by 32, and now you've got $13.8 billion that came into the league last year, billion with a B. I'm not a brilliant mathematician, but I felt a little bit bad for that young fella who we've all asked bad questions before. Not as bad as the one that asked, how much did it affect the bottom line for this past season that you guys didn't make the playoffs? No, they made the playoffs. They didn't play. Now, if you want to ask over the last 2 years, how much has it hurt them financially, air quotes hurt, that they haven't had a playoff game at home, that's another discussion. But they are making such a ridiculous amount of money, it's not even funny. Again, as a Green Bay resident, I don't want my house to start on fire, but if it does, I would like the fire department to be able to come and put it out. And I don't think the Packers need to be cutting corners on their tax bill in order to save a few shekels.
They're a nonprofit. They're a nonprofit. Yeah. Like, how are they haggling? Like, what else are you doing with that money?
They're tricking out the locker room, bro.
Yeah, and turns out, they got a lot of money left over.
Well, and you could argue, though, that is an investment, and you can prove a return on investment because when you look around the league, Jason, everybody else is upgrading their facilities. Everybody else is upgrading their locker room. And it's always been, Chewy has talked to us about this, like you can't really be behind the eight ball on that stuff, especially if you want to be in the market for free agents. You want to be able to say, we have state-of-the-art facilities to encourage guys to want to join your team.
Yeah, no question it's an investment in their team. It's not an investment in the community. Like, they're not allowing tours to go sit in the leather chair that's in front of Jordan Love's locker.
It'd be cool if they did that.
So, yeah, it's a great investment in the team. And you're 1,000% right. Like, I was talking to some guys yesterday about it. And, again, I love that LaFleur said that it doesn't win them any games. But it does matter, especially if, you're trying to recruit players in free agency. And it's also worth noting that a bunch of these guys have come from football programs that their locker room still is nicer than what the Packers did with theirs, right? Like Texas, Ohio State, like probably not Boston College. But to me, that all makes sense. But it is hard, and I will say this. They do have something to worry about financially, and that is the advent of private equity being allowed in the league. And, Mark Murphy, I'm not his favorite reporter, but he had to acknowledge a few good questions from me yesterday. And one of them was about private equity, because it used to be that Jerry Jones, I remember this very vividly, probably a decade ago, whenever the last stock sale was, Jerry Jones was asking, hey, can I sell stock in the Cowboys? And, of course, what he meant was, can I sell meaningless stock and take $250 donations from all my Cowboy fans to generate revenue? And now with the advent of private equity, if your team is valued at $6.5 billion, you're allowed to do private equity of 10%. So overnight you can raise $650 million, which is more than the Packers have in their corporate reserve fund. So I understand that piece of it. Now, the salary cap's in place, the revenue sharing's in place. The Packers are not in danger of struggling financially because of all this, but it is a challenge for them to figure out they can't have a stock sale every year. All of that said, they are in such incredibly good position financially that they do not need to be crying poverty in any way, shape, or form.
Jason, real quick, did you see Goody talk about the left tackle competition? I mean, what
I did, I was in there. The guys carried the show for me so I could go.
Yeah, what he essentially said, and he said it's Rasheed Walker's job to lose. Do you believe that?
I hope he's being honest. I mean, look, again, he also said that his understanding is that once Elton Jenkins' back issue clears up, he's going to practice, and he's all in. Okay. We've done right by Elton, and Elton's done right by us. Okay. I'll believe all those things when I see them. because he does have a bit of a track record of saying things that did not happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Jones absolutely going to be with you. Oh, we're going to re-sign Devontae. He's a Hall of Fame player, et cetera, et cetera. I hope that's true because Rasheed Walker, I had a great exchange with him because he was not enjoying the discussion about his having to compete for his job. And he said, what am I supposed to say? I said, well, I would say, hey, man, I started 35 games for you guys at left tackle. I saved your asses when Bakhtiari was done after one game 2 years ago. I think I've earned this spot, and I'm not going to get complacent. But are you kidding me, trying to give away my job? I said, that's what I would say, but I'm pretty soft when it comes to that. And he laughed, and he had this great line. He said, they don't make Band-Aids for feelings, which is true. I've tried. But the reality is that unless he falls flat on his face, they don't belong replacing him. And I understand the pressure of wanting a first-round pick on the field. But him and Sean Ryan are in the final years of their contracts, and if Goody is thinking long-term and doesn't plan on re-signing either of those guys because he re-signed Zach Tom, those guys should play. He should pray that they play really well, not only to protect Love, but so then they get big contracts elsewhere, and you get multiple picks in compensatory picks, and then Jordan Morgan can start next year, and you get extra picks for it as well. And if somebody gets hurt, Jordan Morgan can go in wherever they need him.
Jason, good stuff this morning. We really appreciate you. We understand that we are very lucky to have you there in Green Bay covering training camp every single day. So thank you for that.
You're welcome for my service. That is what they pay me to do, though, so I'm just doing my job.
You're a grinder.
Just like Chewy.
Yeah.
Although he did take a shot at BC. I don't know if you heard that. There was a shot. And I was like, Chew.
I love Jason.
Jason, have a great one. We'll talk to you again soon.
I love you guys, too. Take care. Be good.
You can listen to Jason Wilde on Wilde and Tausch right after Jen, Gabe, and Chewy each and every morning here on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee.
If you love somebody the way we love Jason, might be time to go get a ring. Of course, the only place to get that diamond engagement ring in Milwaukee is the Jewelry Center. You've heard Chew and I talk about Dean the Dancing Machine for years at this point because there's a reason that the best place to go is the Jewelry Center. It's that team that they have assembled, whether you're going to Greenfield, Brookfield, or in Burlington, the helpful team always going to point you in the right direction. Whether you know what you're looking for and just want to take a look at the selection, whether you don't know what you're looking for, maybe bring something in from her Pinterest page. That helpful team at the Jewelry Center is always going to point you in the right direction, whether it's a naturally mined diamond, a lab-grown diamond, the Jewelry Center has you covered. Take a look online, shoptjc.com, or go into Greenfield, Brookfield, or in Burlington. And if you go to the Jewelry Center, you make sure you tell them that Gabe and Chew sent you.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Well, we do have southbound on 41 backing up from about Silver Spring to Capitol Drive. Northbound slowing down just before Mayfair Road up to up to Hampton. For the most part, everything else seems to be rolling along pretty well. Just a few broken down vehicles here and there, but they are well out of traffic. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Partly cloudy, hot, humid, chance for rain and storms. A high of 90 at the state line, 85 further north. Tonight, a slight chance for rain or some storms. Mostly cloudy, otherwise a low of 70. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Forget average. At Exterior Pros, they bring the heat. They're not here to meet standards. They're here to smash them. From the first swing of the hammer to the final reveal, they're leveling up your home with every window, every shingle, and every single detail. This isn't just a remodel. It's a glow-up for your house. Built tough, built beautiful, built to turn heads. Want in? Let's go. Lock in your project now and save $3,000. Exterior Pros, where bold meets built. Trust the pros and visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274.
Is that knee, hip, or shoulder pain not getting any better? Maybe you're stuck in a cycle of steroid shots and now talking about surgery. Well, before you head down that road, you need to check out my friends at QC Kinetics. Hey, it's Brad Nortman, and I've got to tell you about how QC Kinetics is revolutionizing medicine with their regenerative and cellular treatments. Using their advanced cellular therapy, QC Kinetics is helping your body heal itself. And don't just take my word for it. The results from their patients is off the charts. 92% of patients report satisfaction with their results. In fact, most people that come in for their free consultation ask if they can just start right away. It doesn't cost a thing for that second opinion with QC Kinetics. You owe it to yourself to live a pain-free life, and you owe it to yourself to check out QC Kinetics. The results could be life-changing. Call QC Kinetics today at 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474.
Summertime is the time for all the big events. Weddings, milestone birthdays, even corporate events. Elevate every event with Noble Catering, a premier craft caterer in southeastern Wisconsin, preferred by over 30 venues. Noble Catering is also the exclusive caterer of Villa Terrace, an Eastside event treasure. And coming in 2026, Noble's new headquarters, a 400-person event venue in the heart of Bayview called Brixton's Turn. Book them for your event at noblecateringco.com.
Hi, it's John Reeds from Great Midwest Bank. Looking to simplify your everyday banking? Our checking and savings accounts offer the tools you need, plus the friendly, simply local service you deserve. Enjoy competitive rates, 24/7 online and mobile banking, and real people ready to help right here in your community. Whether your checking balance is at midnight or stopping by one of our branches at noon, Great Midwest Bank has you covered with a variety of new and improved account options designed for your unique needs. Great Midwest Bank, simply local and member FDIC.
The open road is calling, and the ride begins at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. This July, you could burn rubber on a custom Harley-Davidson in the Fire Up Your Fantasy motorcycle giveaway. Play with your rewards card all July for entries. Thursday drawings for extra cash and reward play. Fire Up Your Fantasy, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Did you know that fact, though?
No, I didn't.
You didn't know that fact?
Is that just a fact, Brig?
Yeah. I mean, that's what Chewy does. Chewy knows the most facts of anyone on the show.
He also knows the most fiction.
On 94.5 ESPN.
If you missed any of our conversation with Jason Wilde about day one of training camp in Green Bay, you can always find it on the brand new, did I hear Alex Strofe call it sexy yesterday, Josh DiMaggio?
Yeah, he did that.
I'm not going to go that far.
I mean, we don't have to oversell it.
But it is pretty special. The new ESPN Wisconsin app. You can find Jason Wilde's content there. We were talking about Elton Jenkins, and I think this is a worthy conversation because I agree that everything Elton Jenkins has done to this point has been in support of the Green Bay Packers. He has been, for lack of a better term, a good soldier for this organization. Gabe, how do you explain this perceived or, this alleged competition? And I know what Matt LaFleur said yesterday. Matt LaFleur, everything is a competition. Really? You got competition at quarterback, Matt LaFleur. You got competition at starting safety, Matt LaFleur. You got competition at running back, Matt LaFleur. No, we know where guys have earned the number one spot where they are entering the season as the de facto number one. Why isn't Elton Jenkins getting that same courtesy, Gabe?
Well, I mean, Elton will once he's healthy. I mean, he's the center. He just is, flat out. He is the center. If they actually had a different center they felt good about, they'd have kept Elton at guard, and they wouldn't have brought in a high-priced free agent to play left guard. So he's the center. He's going to be the guy. Once this, I'm going to tell you this. I've got a sneaking suspicion that once this contract thing gets figured out for Elton, I think his back might magically feel better.
Here's the thing. They know Elton can play, doesn't need a lot of training camp, and what the Packers want is him to get Wally pipped. It's just what they want to happen.
Why?
Because they do not want to guarantee his next year money. They're fine guaranteeing his this year money. They don't want to guarantee next year. So they're going to give it time before they sign him to see what kind of player Monk is. Because I Wally pipped Jackie Harris. Jackie Harris was here, good player, not Pro Bowl, but close to being a Pro Bowl player.
Bad teammate.
And I'll never forget, I went to Arizona because they were, for minicamp, because they were building the Hudson Center, tore it down. And Jackie refused to show up. I was the only tight end at OTAs because it was before the draft and things like that. Ed West was hurt. And Holmgren saw that I took every single rep in OTAs, and they said, screw Jackie Harris. He eventually leaves, go to Tampa Bay. He doesn't do anything. And then I continue on an upward path. That's what they want to happen. They want to see Jacob Monk in these first 3 weeks go, we got a player here. Okay.
But don't they kind of already know what they have? And if they knew,
I don't think.
And if they knew what they have, why would they sign a big money free agent at left guard?
I agree. The thing that was concerning to me that he didn't even get a sniff last year. And when they had that debacle in Philadelphia, they were putting everyone in except him because your center also has to be able to play guard.
Yeah. They're putting tackles at guard.
So I don't think they know what they have there. And he's only going into his second year, but that's what they want to happen. You know, I'm not saying Elton Jenkins doesn't get re-signed, but they don't want to fully guarantee his next year's contract. And that's why they're stuck where they're at.
Would a fair compromise be taking a big chunk of his base salary next year and turning into a roster bonus that triggers early in next year's season? Because I think, especially after the way the Jair Alexander thing went down and they waited forever to release him, Elton Jenks is going, well, if they release, when are they going to release me? They just going to hold on to me? Oh, okay, now we can release you. Force that decision earlier and go, hey, you don't want to guarantee money? All right, let's take this. Let's make it a roster bonus that's due on, a lot of people do year 3 of the league year. And then that way, you're a free agent when everybody else is a free agent, and you still have a chance to go somewhere and be somebody's primary guard or center and still get some of the money that you would lose because of your contract.
Is it as simple, Chew and Gabe, as the control? Is it as simple as we know how you get a guy in there that you draft? They maybe, again, Monk did not play a lot as a rookie, right, if I'm following?
I don't think he played at all.
He didn't play any
because they had the opportunity to put him in, and like you guys said, they used other guys instead. And then saying, we've got control of this guy for an extended period of time. We can basically pay low. Is that like the incentive here? Do they genuinely believe that Jacob Monk is the center of the future for the Green Bay Packers? Is that what you think they believe today, July 2025?
No, that's why they want to give him 3 weeks without Elton being signed to see what they have there, right?
But you don't want to go you don't want to go 3 weeks without your center in camp. It's not like, again, Chew, it's not like
maybe
your
not
day
3 weeks, but they want to see what they have there, you know? And
that's what
Goody's
OTAs is for.
Goody's MO, and we all know it, he doesn't want 30-year-olds on this team.
Yeah.
He just doesn't want 30-year-olds on this team, which is weird because you have a guy that is so loyal, plays hurt,
but also at the offensive line position, and again, maybe I'm exaggerating this because it's convenient for my argument, but it feels like veteranness at those positions is a value. It feels like some of the best linemen in the league are guys who are over the hill, quote unquote, because they've been there, done that for so long, it's second nature. It feels like a position that if you start out, again, there are guys who jump into the league at the position on the offensive line and do extremely well. But when I think of the best ones out there, Gabe, most of them are older. Maybe Penny Sewell is going to be the guy where you're like, he's young and he's good but like for the most part, I was thinking about like the Eagles' offensive line and how they had like veteran.
But there's a lot of those veterans. Again, the reason why he doesn't want people over 30 is because the injuries happen, and then you have to replace them. And then you have to go, okay, we've got to have depth. If we've got this 32-year-old left tackle, we got to make sure we have a good backup guy because chances are he's missing games at 32, 33 years old.
They're not looking for Zach Tom to start this year. They're looking for him to start next year. They're not looking for him to start this year. They just want to know.
Jacob Monk.
Jacob Monk, sorry. Yeah, they're looking for him
I was like,
to start.
I'm pretty sure based on what you said, Zach Tom, and I was like, I'm fairly certain they want him to be out there.
I thought that's what the money was for, but maybe I'm wrong.
No, but they're not looking for him to start this year. What's his name? Jacob Monk.
There it is.
Yeah.
And then, this maybe goes back to the argument you made at the beginning of the show about everybody having the same name.
Exactly.
Monk, Tom, they both have an O.
One syllable.
And they're both squatty bodies.
There you go.
The open road is calling your name. And the ride begins at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. This July, you can burn some major rubber on the custom Harley-Davidson of your dreams in the Fire Up Your Fantasy motorcycle giveaway. Play with your rewards card all July for entries, Thursday drawings for extra cash, and reward play. Fire Up Your Fantasy is only available at Potawatomi. More information is available online. Must be 21 years old and a rewards member to play.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN. The team you'll always remember. With a reunion you'll never forget.
This place, this school, this city, these teammates, this coach, just everything involved was the most formative part of my life and the most special part of my life.
Relive Made 'em Believe now with a full show on ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Brought to you by M3 Insurance Company, Michelob Ultra, the superior light beer, Potosi Varsity Ale, and Potosi Hard Seltzers. Made 'em Believe. Available now.
Kevin Moret here from Mentality. Life's a relentless competition, and you might be losing without even knowing it. With testosterone levels plummeting 25% in just 2 decades, you're likely operating at a fraction of your potential. Your kids sense it when you're too exhausted for playtime. Your wife notices when that spark fades. Here's the harsh truth. Without addressing low T, nothing works. Diets fail, workouts fall flat, but there's hope. Mentality's FDA-approved treatment restores testosterone by an average of 30%. Don't let low T rob you of life's precious moments. Start at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Lazaga for Comfort Awnings. This summer, I'm getting relief from the hot sun whenever I need it with my motorized retractable awning from Comfort Awnings. Sensors are also available that detect strong wind and rain to extend or retract your awning. They even protect against UV radiation so you can safely enjoy the outdoors all summer long. Family owned and located in Burlington, Comfort Awnings expertly installs custom awnings that fit your home and style. Right now, you can receive $250 off all awnings and screens. Call 414-AWNINGS or visit comfortawnings.com.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text BODY to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text BODY to 321-321. That's BODY to 321-321.
Evan Cohen here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sports book for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman, here to tell you about my friends at Bank 5-9. Everywhere I go throughout the area, I see Bank 5-9, and it's no wonder why. Not only do they have 14 branch locations, but their employees spend nearly 9,000 hours each year volunteering in the communities that they serve. That's on top of the financial support that they provide to several hundred nonprofits right here in southeastern Wisconsin. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check them out today at bank59.com. Member FDIC.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Though, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like a, ooh, like instead of a, huh.
Yeah. But that's all part of
You know
taking the
what I'm
training
talking
law.
about.
I do, but it's just such funny noises.
Did this get sexual or something? I don't know about it. What the hell just happened?
On 94.5 ESPN.
There you go again, head low, put it
For your next night out, revel in the fusion and artistry and flavor with Sushi at St. Kate. It offers guests an elevated experience where freshness and creativity converge in every bite. St. Kate, the Arts Hotel, introduces the addition of an exciting new sushi menu to its culinary repertoire. Indulge in the finest seafood, freshest ingredients, expert craftsmanship for an inspired and delectable dining journey. Experience the art of sushi at St. Kate. Learn more at stkatearts.com. That's stkatearts.com. My question, and I think it's a good one, I think it's a reasonable one, is how does this keep happening? What am I referring to? Well, our guy Alex Strofe decided to once again show off his athleticism. I hope you could hear those air quotes, by the way. I hope you could hear them in my delivery. His athleticism yesterday up in Green Bay. Joshy, you were up there with him. Did they have some sort of like fan zone? Or I saw this video of him running the 40-yard dash, and it looked like it was all measured out. Like, where were y'all?
I was not there for this portion of it, but it is part of like the title town. It's sort of just the attractions that they have during training camp, and you can go do the stuff. So there is a 40 time where it's 40 yards. They could give you a ready, set, go, and you race. If you go watch KBN or some of the clips that were shared, he's often racing what are 5, 6, 7-year-old, 8-year-old children.
And they're probably winning.
Strofe's fastest time was 6:03.
Didn't he claim that he thought he got under 6?
Yes, he did claim that because he thought he started late, which is, I mean, reaction time is also a part of athleticism.
Yeah,
now, if you're not watching on the YouTube stream, and I highly recommend that for this type of conversation, our guy Chew is having a facial reaction.
Well, can you imagine racing the 100-meter dash and losing Usain Bolt? Well, I got off to a slow start, so I really was faster than that. Like, no, that's getting off the line is a part of the race. It's a part of the whole thing.
I mean, it's enough. Dude, we already know you're a complete dork, all right? You're just trying to out-dork your dorkiness. You don't have to do it anymore. When you did the combine stuff, it looked like you had a huge load in your pants, okay? Enough. You're a dork. Everyone knows you're a dork, right? Right?
I mean, he can't redeem himself.
No, there's no...
When you have zero athleticism, you can't redeem that.
See, I kind of thought that maybe if there was like some coaching that went into this, or there was some like dedication to the craft, we would see some improvement. It is very clear now that he either has no interest in that or coaching wouldn't help. Because I saw a field goal kick attempt also yesterday, and you know when you're golfing and you go... What do they call it? Like a
Hazel rock.
Worm
yeah.
burner.
Yeah, worm burner.
There you go.
Top the golf ball.
Yeah.
That's what the field goal. There was
never left the
zero
ground.
air. He did not get it off the ground.
You can't,
you remember
can't do a soccer-style kick with your toe.
That's what he tried to do.
You know what I mean?
Straight up shank.
You can't. It's just like...
But you remember the famous photo from Brett after you guys beat the Bengals? And he had to hold it.
Yeah.
And he was worried that Jackie was going to kick his hand, so then he put it... Chris Jackie's a professional. He's never going to kick your hand.
Yeah.
Strofe might kick your hand. Like, I understand. If whoever was holding that decided to let it go.
No.
Because whoever was holding that yesterday, Strofe was closer to kicking their hand than the actual meat of the football.
Not the hand. There's more concern that he'd kick the body of the holder. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be worried about the hand. He'd kick you right in the belly button.
So they need to have one of those self-holders.
Correct.
So then he's not actually injuring anyone.
Give it up. I'm just trying to thinking of something he could do where it would look halfway athletic.
Checkers? Think he'd look okay?
Bowling? Is bowling hard?
No, because there's a lot of what do you call it? Like rhythm that goes into that, and like it's
strength,
not choreography, but sure. Ron in the Key weighing in saying the air quotes Jen just did were more athletic than anything Alex Strofe has ever done.
And they do this. I don't know if they do it anymore at the Milwaukee Mile, where they let you go on the track and drive your car. Try that, please, because that would be entertaining to see you put it right into the wall. Right?
You don't think he
because
can drive?
They claim that NASCAR drivers and stuff, and they are athletes.
Well, you have to have a quick reaction time when you're moving at 200 miles an hour. And
a lot
cars
of
are
core
that close
strength,
to you.
honestly, and you're stabilizing that wheel that wants to fight you.
Now, you refused to drive with him yesterday, correct?
Yes.
Is that
he's a bad
because?
driver?
No, it's just because he's annoying.
There you have it.
If you haven't seen the video, I believe it is shared on all of ESPN Milwaukee's socials. Take a look, man. Is there any hope for this kid? I'm crossing my fingers, but I'm losing hope. Then Gabe and Chewy rolls on after this.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
We've got some delays and closure of a ramp on eastbound 94 to northbound 175 in the stadium interchange. That ramp closed because of a broken down vehicle. And we got delays coming in from 84th Street through the stadium, so that's something to keep in mind. Westbound backing up from just west of 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Southbound 41 heavy from just before Appleton Avenue down to Hampton. Northbound's backed up from Mayfair Road all the way up to Hampton, and 43 southbound slowing from Good Hope Road all the way past Bender. Traffic is brought to you by Comfort Awnings. Extend your outdoor space with a retractable awning or screen like I did with my friends at Comfort Awnings. Custom designed to fit your home. Get your free estimate at comfortawnings.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, partly cloudy skies, hot and humid with a chance of rain and storms later on. A high of 90 at the state line, 85 further north. Tonight, a slight chance for rain or some storms, mostly cloudy, otherwise low of 70. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Hey, Jen Latta here, and as a client of the We Sell Group, I can tell you firsthand, Rob and Nick make the home buying and selling process easier. Right now, school's out, and that means it's the perfect time to list your home. The market is challenging and inventory is tight, but you don't have to face it alone. Rob and Nick are pros. They take the stress off your plate so you can focus on your family, your summer, and just breathe. Contact Rob and Nick to see what your home might be worth in this market. Connect today at wesell.kw.com. That's wesell.kw.com.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. Kyle Bruston Nortman. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
So we decided to buy a cow.
Okay.
You know, for the meat. I bought a quart of it. He bought a quart of it, and two of his relatives also bought a quarter, who are the biggest cheap thieves, losers on the planet.
I can't believe Elaine's never taken you here before.
Well, I'm really not much of a meat eater.
You don't eat meat? What are you, one of those?
Well, no, I'm not one of those.
Bought the cow home, right? Okay. So I was the last one to get there because his loser family went in there and pilfered all the meat. So I was stuck with hamburger when I was expecting filet and stuff like that.
I'll have the porterhouse medium rare.
What do you recommend besides a steak?
The lamb chops are good.
Anything lighter? How do you prepare the chicken?
It's a full bird, stuffed with ham, topped with gorgonzola.
You know what? I think I'll just have a salad.
2 years later, I decided to do it again.
Get a cow with it.
Yeah. Did the exact same thing. And I blew up at him.
Just a salad. Just a salad. Just a salad.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamora. Here's Jen Latta.
Running her mouth, she wants to ride it, she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever, she's too excited. Her man look like he won't.
Well, the cat's out of the bag. The Packers just released the video of the leather helmets, one of the worst kept secrets, along with ESPN trying to buy the NFL network, right? You guys saw that news? News.
Oh, it's the first I'm hearing of it.
What? But yes, been talking about that for 6 months. Good grief. Anyway, so yes, the video is out there. You are seeing the leather-looking helmets. Chewy, have you seen this? Do you like this? I got to be honest. I talked about this morning with the guys on 620. Missed me with this. Couldn't care less. The uniform drop, the alt uniform releases. Snore. Does it make them play better? Will they play better with the different uniform? No. So I'm like, okay, great.
I mean, Rodgers used to say how those pants were more comfortable.
We hated them. Oh, God.
They were so ugly, by the way.
Yeah,
those nude-looking pants that were like, don't rain. Don't have a rain game.
I don't think I could play without a belt. I really don't. I'd be so afraid of your pants falling down. And I know there's elastic there.
Sure.
But the belt was twofold because if you had back issues, you could really super tighten it.
like a lifting belt.
Yeah. No, seriously. But just elastic up there, I wouldn't feel safe.
Feel like someone's going to pants you?
Yeah.
Like that's going to be a pass rushing move you've got to defend against?
Yeah.
Lineman's going to get off the line real quick, pants you, then you're distracted and he can get after the quarterback?
Yeah.
I mean, did you guys like the white uniforms when they released those?
Yes. I think those are cool.
Look sharp?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind this uniform. The leather helmet look on the actual
that Illinois did last year
is really weird.
The only one that didn't like the white uniforms was Frank because John Madam said, the little donuts, the white. That's where he got the bag of donuts from. Because Frank looked a little bloated in white.
Is this because do they do this so that people go out and buy new jerseys? Is that the whole thing?
Oh wow, that's what this is about.
Hold on a second here.
That's why they release these different uniforms to sell merch.
It's the first I'm hearing of this.
It's a travesty, it's a sham.
I want to put it on the Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Infinity Exteriors poll. Will you go out and buy the new jersey? I don't think it's as many people as they think it is.
I'm going to tell you what. It's more than you think it is. Otherwise, guess what? They ain't doing it.
They've got market research is what you're telling me. They've crunched the numbers is what you're telling me.
I don't know how much jersey, but the hats, the shirts, the sweatshirts, I think is where they make like a lot of the money. Just because they'll unveil a new unique color, and someone like me who doesn't love the green and gold colorway, this is a good way for me to get my Packers gear that isn't.
Yeah, some of the hats look good.
Yeah.
Some of the hats look good.
Do you remember
get myself a hat
when Illinois did these helmets last year? It was a big deal. Because again, they look like the old leather helmets, but they're obviously the new protective helmets, right?
I can't believe guys would. Is that a new helmet? Or are they painting the old one?
Then they get a new helmet. Like,
you know how long it takes to break a helmet in?
No, I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea.
Do you think it's changed now that the helmets have changed so much and they're not the old shells?
But let me tell you, it sucked back in my day breaking in a helmet because you're walking around with the red patch here, and then it kills the skin, and then it peels.
How come Peyton Manning never got rid of that? He always had that spot on his head.
Well, when your forehead's that big,
giant dome.
Yeah.
What does Chewy always say? Something on a toothpick? What is that line from So I Married an Axe Murderer?
Oh, boy.
It's like an orange on a toothpick.
I don't think that's mine.
No?
No.
Oh.
You like to say more like an 8-head.
Yeah, he's got an 8-head, not a 4-head. Yeah.
I get it, math
and those things
whatnot.
eat hair. Well, so they claim. Haven't you ever heard hats eat hair?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Well, yes, you, Mr. Hair.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've certainly heard that.
But
yeah,
breaking in a helmet just is brutal.
I'm guessing it's different now. But because Aaron Rodgers, one of the things that he talked about going to the Steelers, he's got to find a new helmet brand.
Well, because
his
correct.
His was he was grandfathered in, and
it's
now
been
it's out.
discontinued.
Yeah, so now he's got to find a new helmet type, because he can't wear his because it's been deemed not as safe and up to standard.
And was it Matthew Golden that was wearing the Guardian helmet at practice yesterday?
Yeah, he was doing that during OTAs and stuff too, where he had the Guardian cap on.
I like it. Smart. I like it. Protect the brain. Got to be a smart player to play this game.
I did that with his shoes. So Apex, when all the lower level guys, because everyone has pretty much a shoe deal. So the stars have Nike, Reebok back in my day. So all the losers got Apex. So they were so bad, and they hurt so bad when you wore them, and they knew that they sucked. They would give us stickers that said Apex that would come over the laces and on the side, and you'd have Nikes or Reeboks under them.
I think I saw that recently on social media. They were showing video of guys who would wear the Nikes or would wear, like you said, the Reeboks, tape them up, right?
Yep.
What do you call it? Spatting? Something like
Spatting,
that.
yeah,
Yep.
you
You'd
spat
spat
your
them up, and then you'd put the little sticker on of whatever the league.
Because they were horrible. Oh, were they bad? But you got
so
merch.
Stupid, the stuff that they used to have to do, I swear, in the league. I do want to talk about Matthew Golden. We'll take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy and get to that conversation, because I think there's a lot of people who are excited about what Matthew Golden can bring to this offense. Yesterday, the brass, Matt LaFleur included, were talking about Matthew Golden and how excited fans should be about that. We'll get to that right after this. Finding a right home should be a journey. Look, sometimes it's quick. Sometimes you have to be patient. Every single morning, I take a look at the list that I get from my friends over at the We Sell group at Keller Williams for lake houses in our area. Look, I'm very particular. I know I can't drive very far for a lake house. So I've got this small circumference, if you will, this small radius, if you will. And they send me the houses, and I take a look at them, and I let them know if it's something I'm interested in going and seeing. They have been so helpful, because building relationships and finding the right fit is important to them. Whether you're ready to move right now, you're just starting to look, or maybe you're thinking about selling, the We Sell group is on the journey with you every step of the way. You can start your journey today at wesell.kw.com. That's wesell.kw.com.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Well, eastbound 94, we've got delays from before 84th Street all the way through the Stadium interchange, westbound side. Just a quick tap of the brakes past Mitchell Boulevard. Southbound 41, backing up from just south of Good Hope Road all the way to Capitol. Got the northbound side slowing from Mayfair Road up to Hampton. Southbound 43, doing pretty well. We've got a little bit of a backup heading past Silver Spring. Northbound is pretty much clear right out of the Marquette all the way up to the county line. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly cloudy, hot, humid, chance for rain or storms. A high of 90 at the state line, 85 further north. Tonight, slight chance for rain or storm, otherwise mostly cloudy, a low of 70. Weather is brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof, siding, and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Good Karma Brands teamed up with a 2021 national champion Wisconsin Badgers women's volleyball program to host the first ever Good Karma Brands volleyball clinic at Vincent High School in Milwaukee. The event covered all essential volleyball skills with sessions in hitting, setting, and passing. To wrap up the clinic, campers put the skills they just perfected to the test with a full scrimmage. The event wouldn't have been possible without our sponsors. Thank you to Big Frog Custom T-Shirts, UW Credit Union, and Siding Unlimited for their hard work in making this event possible.
It's been over 2 years since Bobby Carpenter had regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics. He needed relief from knee pain, but he wanted to avoid surgery.
I thought I might have to have my knee scoped, had some injuries, some lingering pain from stuff that I had been dealing with from years of playing professional football, and things had kind of flared up again. I started talking to a friend of mine who's orthopedic, and he was like, well, try to avoid surgery if you can.
And you absolutely can avoid surgery. QC Kinetics provides patients with state-of-the-art regenerative treatments, orthobiologics from your own body that help heal and restore damaged, aching joints. And we'll let Bobby tell you about that.
It was all of a sudden that one day, a couple months later, I was here, let's go jog, let's try to see what I could do. And the more I did, I was pain-free with it, and it was actually a pretty remarkable process.
Before going under the knife, see if you're a candidate for non-surgical joint pain treatments at QC Kinetics. Call them today.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
This is Mike from Professional Construction, Inc. It's been an exciting year, from celebrating 20 years in business to our son graduating his construction apprenticeship and becoming a full-time carpenter.
Yeah, Dad, I won't be needing my toy hammer anymore. Why don't you hold that and the flashlight so I can help our amazing customers?
That's what a family business is all about, pursuing dreams and helping others.
And that's exactly what we do here at PCI.
Visit professionalconstructioninc.com for all your construction needs.
Discover Proof Pizza at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. In the heart of Milwaukee's Theater District, this modern pizzeria delivers Neapolitan-style pies, a bold grill menu, and old-school hospitality in a sleek, art-inspired setting. Whether you're craving a quick lunch or a relaxed evening bite, Proof Pizza is your go-to downtown destination. Dine in, unwind, and savor flavor that hits just right. And here's a tip. If you mention Jen Latta, you'll receive 10% off your order. Learn more at stkatearts.com.
Baseball is back. Brian Balaga here to bring you a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka and Surfside Lemonade and Vodka. A delicious and perfect pairing for a day at the ballpark. Stocked at American Family Field all season long. Surfside is only 100 calories per serving, and the best part, 0 bubbles. Ask for it at your local bar or liquor store. Surfside, an official partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Must be 21 years of age. Please drink responsibly.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
How do you get to 10 in NFL in the football game? How do you do that?
You can have 5 safeties.
Great point.
Which would also be a great endorsement for Derek Carr.
2 field goals, 2 safeties.
2 field goals, 2
also
safeties.
a great endorsement for the quarterback. Continue. What else do we have?
On 94.5 ESPN.
Got to tell you about one of the best purchases I've made in the last few years. Walking around the state fair, saw the Good Health Sauna booth and thought, I really would love to own a sauna. And now I do, because I purchased one at the state fair from Good Health Saunas. It was actually a no-brainer for me. We were redoing the basement. We had an infrared sauna from Good Health Saunas installed. It was easy, maintenance-free, and it comes with a true lifetime warranty. Plus, they're a local company based right here in Appleton and Waukesha, so I feel good about supporting people in our community. Stop by the Good Health Saunas booth inside the Expo Center at this year's state fair, or visit goodhealthsaunas.com/Jen to check out their full lineup. And guys, we're giving you a discount. $500 to $800 off your purchase of a sauna from Good Health Saunas. That's goodhealthsaunas.com/Jen. Let's hear from Brian Gutekunst and maybe even Matt LaFleur. Joshy, you know which was better, Matt LaFleur on Matthew Golden or Brian Gutekunst on Matthew Golden?
Yeah, I think it's day to day, right? I think you really don't, for any of these guys that are coming in for the first, you don't know the opportunities that are going to be presented to themselves, to each player, and then they got to respond, right? So, but yeah, we think he's got a chance to certainly make an impact for our football team, and I think it's going to be a competitive group, but again, we took him where we took him for a reason. So, and at the same time, he's a third-year college kid. He's 2 years at Houston, 1 year at Texas. But so far, so good.
How do you read that, Chew? Tempering expectations?
Yeah. Tough thing is the best corner he faced in his 3 years in college would be the worst corner in the NFL. Starter. So.
I could buy it.
Fair?
Texas SEC.
Coming out of Texas, I don't know if that's necessarily true, but I understand.
Yeah, but
I understand the point you're making.
Do you think Travis Hunter was the best cornerback in football last year?
Yes.
I don't think they played Colorado.
No.
Yeah.
But there are other guys who went in the first round.
But you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
and he's a small kid. So.
Because the difference between college and pros is all the pros are pros.
Yes. Yeah.
They're all professionals.
That was the thing. I always talk about the jump from high school to college to pro. It's not even close. College to pro is so. Because guys that suck in the NFL are still pretty good.
Well, and I think that kid, Michael Taft from Texas, who was expected to be one of the top cornerbacks in college football this year, they would have gone against each other, obviously, in practice. He's their number one CB. He was their number one receiver.
But he's a small guy, and in the pros, they like to play a lot of bump. So we got to see how... as a rookie, he does, because Because like I said, every one of the pros is good. And obviously there's going to be a learning curve for him. He's going to have to get comfortable in learning the playbook. And that's why I'm like, I see him as a slow start, 15 to 18 plays early on, and then it builds as the season goes along, and he'll get better and better and better.
How do you explain all these receivers who have had monster seasons as rookies in the last 4 or 5 years?
Well, and so to be honest with you, Gabe, yes, and those guys come from big-time programs, right? The guys who have had success, again, besides like a Puka Nakua, have been big-time programs where they were playing at elite levels. They were playing top competition, season in and season out, game in and game out. So that, to me, gives me optimism that Matthew Golden could be the Jamar Chase, that Matthew Golden could be some of these guys who have come in and splashed right away.
But let's not forget, he was still the 4th receiver taken. Okay? Not all 4 of those receivers, or how many were taken in the first round, are going to be studs. So it's a crapshoot. You don't know. Now, I said it. Outside of Travis Hunter, I thought he was the next best guy. Just looking at the weakness.
I put him above Ted McMillan as well. The one thing I will say, Gabe, is how much do we need to consider the way the offense was run last year with Josh Jacobs and how they leaned run heavy? Do you think that will be the case this year, or do you think, how will that affect Matthew Golden's production this season?
Again, the only thing that's going to hold back his production is a snap count. Because you're still going to be throwing the ball, a bunch, because you're expecting to have a successful offensive season. Even if you run it 52% of the time the way you did a year ago, there's still plenty of opportunities to go around. Again, you look at the 2 best running backs in the league last year in Saquon Barkley, who had over 2,000 yards, and then, the passing opportunities were few and far between, but their receivers still had a ton of success. And then Lamar Jackson still threw for over 4,000 yards last year, despite Derrick Henry rushing for almost 2,000 yards, and Lamar rushing for 900 yards himself. Still threw for over 4,000 yards. So a lot of opportunities for their wide receivers as well. So just because you have a running back who is successful doesn't mean you can't find a way to get touches to your big-time playmakers on the outside.
Okay, then go to the next thing, because this is always the layers that I talk about when we talk about tempering expectations for Matthew Golden. If the Packers are expected to utilize 2 tight end sets more frequently in 2025, how does that affect what you just mentioned, the snap count for the rookie?
I don't look at him the way, again, he's a first-round pick. He's not just a slot guy the way that Jaden Reed is and the way the Packers have used him. You draft him where you do because eventually he's going to be playing all over the place, and he can play any position, the way Devontae Adams did, the way Jordy Nelson did for this team. That's why you draft him. Now I'm with Chew. Maybe you don't do that right away, but, there are plenty of, just so many examples of guys. Again, I look at last year in Jacksonville. Brian Thomas Jr. had almost 1,300 receiving yards and 10 touchdowns. I'm not saying he's going to go out there and do that, but receivers are more ready today than they've ever been.
No, they
to
are.
Step in and contribute.
But you look at neighbors. All right, name me another receiver for New York. They'll suck.
Yeah.
Jacksonville. Who were their receivers last year? Meh. Not that the Packers have, top of the line receivers.
They don't.
But they have
But if he's that good, Chew, he should fly past these guys.
It's
that's what I'm going to say. I think in the beginning he'll be more of an 18-20 play guy, and they'll build it up. And if he, does well, because the one thing most rookies do, what do? They drop the ball. They just drop the ball. The NFL is so different than college, So we'll just have to,
I think the difference here, though, is sure, Malik Neighbors has Darius Slayton and Wan'Dale Robinson as competition. One, I don't think they're that different from the guys that the Packers have, but Malik Neighbors commands targets because he's open and a presence and constantly an influence, and that's what the Packers need. They need a guy who's so consistently open and making plays that you have no option other to throw to him the ball.
Neighbors is a big guy, though, right?
Yes, both. All the guys we'll talk about, Brian Thomas Jr., Jamar Chase, those guys all have size on him.
Yes.
But there are guys at Matthew Golden's size who have succeeded in many, many roles, some of them playing even unconventional.
Sure, speed is his weapon.
Yes.
That's his weapon.
I want to take it one step further, Joshy, and this is your space. For folks out there who are starting to build their fantasy rosters, and we have joked about how it's like, don't ever take a Green Bay Packers player because especially at the wide receiver, the ball was being spread around too much for you to have value with one guy. Is Matthew Golden a guy that you are seeing move up draft boards, or is it par for the course with the way the Packers spread the ball around? He's still not a reliable wide receiver one.
Interestingly enough, you pretty much are him and Jane Reed are ranked right next to each other. And I'm always going to bet on the first round rookie just in potential and what could be the upside versus the guy who we sort of know what he is and has seen a lot of.
I would take Reed. I would take Reed from the standpoint he had a really good rookie year, and then he got...
Chew. He's not going to be on the field enough.
I don't know. I see Reed as like, and he got fat and happy, which happens, where you don't work as hard.
Reed?
Oh.
You think that happened with Reed?
Yeah,
I don't think that's what happened with him. I think they know what he is, and he's a slot guy.
No, I think
and they do it
better.
a lot of two tight ends. Even as a rookie, he never played 80%. He has never played, not once in his NFL career, played 80% of the snaps in any single game.
I think he'll be better this year. I think Dobbs will be Dobbs, consistent. But I just think Reed figures it out. And I think the Packers figure it out.
I hope he does. But again, I think we talked about crowded. Logjam was the word that's been used for this. Well, it's only gotten more crowded. And again, I keep going back to Josh Jacobs, obviously was the bell cow. If you're going too tight, and I'm not saying they're going to run two tight ends out there for every single snap. I'm not saying that. But if they are going to be using the two tight end set a little bit more, that limits the number of wide receivers you can have on the field, and that I think is going to affect Jaden Reed.
They did, and that's a big reason why, again, in 5 of the last 6 games last year, Wicks was playing more. Wicks was playing a lot more than Jaden Reed.
Yeah. But Wicks drops a lot of balls, man.
Yeah, exactly, which opens the door for...
Oh, I agree.
Matthew,
but the nice thing when I played, and McCarthy didn't like to do this for whatever reason. I don't know why. When I played, it was change up personnel groupings. Let's go 2 tight ends, 2 receivers, 1 back. Let's go 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. Let's go 4 receivers. Let's go 5 receivers. And then the D coordinator's got to sit there on the sideline going, all right, they're bringing in 5s, nickel. They're bringing in 2 tight ends. All right, let's go base. And then you sit there and they're like, they constantly have to grind. I'm talking the D coordinator has to constantly grind himself to a game because you are changing up personnel groupings all the time.
How often can you do that with a young team?
It's a little tougher. It's, you got to get in the books. You have to study. You got to get in the books. You don't, and then you get lost, and then, but give me 8 guys from whatever that are good players as opposed to Cincinnati, where you got 2 stud receivers. It's like a boxer. It's like Cincinnati's just waiting for that one undercut, knock them out. Green Bay's like, bap, 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 jab you to death.
Which is a hard way to play and be consistent.
That's why their offense struggled so much. It was either a heave-ho from Jordan Love that somebody made a play on, or felt like the offense was always stalling.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's why you guys struggled against Tampa, because Tampa was betting that
Brett would make the big mistake.
Brett would make a mistake because, hey, we're just going to keep everything in front. And, okay, jab away, but eventually you're going to make a mistake.
Because Brett wanted to win 45-3. Hey, Brett, 28-14.
That'll work. That'll work.
Good. Kind of like my golf game. There's no pictures on the scorecard, Gabe. Right?
You tried to paint some pretty good ones the other day.
Spaniard grinds my ass.
Got to get to top 8 at 8 here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. We'll do that right after this.
It doesn't matter what age you are. Low testosterone can be an issue with any guy. That's where Mentality comes in. Local healthcare facility specifically dedicated to helping men feel and perform at their very best. Mentality can help you if you're tired, groggy, just don't feel like yourself, don't have that energy to attack your day. Those are all signs of low testosterone. To find out if it is low testosterone, set up your appointment today, lowtusa.com. And if your testosterone levels are low after going through the process, you'll continue to work with Mentality, and you'll get a customized testosterone treatment plan just for you. Compete at work in sports like you did years ago and get that energy back with Mentality's low testosterone treatments. Go to lowtusa.com. Mentality allows treatment to fit into every guy's lifestyle. Find out more about Mentality and their low testosterone treatments. lowtusa.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Southbound on 41, we do have delays from Good Hope Road all the way down to Capitol Drive. Northbound, your usual delays from Mayfair up to Hampton. Southbound 43, just a couple of pockets, one just south of Capitol Drive, one just heading past Silver Spring. Eastbound 94, we are slowing down from 76th Street through the Stadium interchange to about 35th. Westbound is squeaky clean from the Marquette all the way to the county line. Traffic is brought to you by German Fest. German Fest is here. Join for Carnival, live music, the Dachshund Derby, and more this weekend on Milwaukee's lakefront. Make it your tradition. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly cloudy, hot, humid, chance for rain or storms. A high of 90 at the state line, 85 further north. Tonight, slight chance for rain or storms, mostly cloudy with a low of 70. Weather is brought to you by Big Frog, custom t-shirts and more. Easy and affordable apparel, personalization with no minimums, and fast turnaround. For all your printing needs, bigfrog.com/Mequon. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Turn your driveway into the basketball court of your dreams with Precision Sports, Southeastern Wisconsin's dealer for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator hoop systems. From installation to customizable painted court lines, Precision Sports is a slam dunk. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
The Brewers return from the break with a jam-packed week of action. First up, a summer battle with the Marlins, July 25th through the 27th. Come for the action, stay for Pokemon Go Day on Friday the 25th, and a Bryce Terang bobblehead on Saturday the 26th, presented by Wintrust, Wisconsin's bank. Then, it's time to battle back when the crew takes on the Cubs for 3 games starting on July 28th. Get tickets for a week of Brewers action you don't want to miss at Brewers.com.
Erica, it's good to see you.
How are things at our amazing Germantown location?
Absolutely fantastic. We heard you had a bold idea. What is it?
We're celebrating our 45th year in business, so I think we should give away some natural diamonds.
Wow, that is a bold idea. How many and how big?
3/4 of a carat. 9 natural diamonds, each one clarity enhanced for maximum brilliance. 1 diamond for each store.
How should we mount them, Erica?
We'll give them away as diamond pendants.
So each of the 9 Kessler stores will have their own diamond pendant to give away?
Yeah, and all a person will have to do is to walk into a store and register to win.
Can a person travel to all 9 stores and register at each one?
Yeah, why not? And people will have from now until July 28th to register.
I'm in.
Me too. It's unanimous, and people should bring in all their old jewelry so that we can professionally clean it for them for free. That makes so much difference.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
We've all had those moments walking through the Expo Center at the Wisconsin State Fair and thought, ooh, that would be nice to have. Hey, this is Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy telling you that my purchase of an infrared sauna from Good Health Saunas is one of the best things I've ever bought, and it came at the State Fair. I can feel the extra energy and flexibility that I've gained from using my sauna, plus my skin and hair look better than ever. And with the amount that I travel, its detoxification benefits are totally worth it. Visit Good Health Saunas at the Wisconsin State Fair. Full product details are available at goodhealthsaunas.com.
Station updates, show clips, and your place to interact with us every single day just by scrolling through your feed. Follow along on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ESPN Milwaukee. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
What we need is a chart. And every week, we take the shirtless picture of Chew, and we move that to wherever the prediction is of how many wins that they have.
6, 8, 6,
7.
7. I think that's how it goes now, right?
8,
and they lost, and
7, 5, 3, 0, 9.
On 94.5 ESPN. The top 8 at 8.
Name something that follows the word pork. You pie. Huh?
One category.
Name something people take with them to the beach. Turkey.
The top 8 answers.
The first thing you buy in a supermarket. Turkey.
The top 8 at 8.
A food often stuffed. Turkey.
The top 8 at 8 on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Name Popeye's favorite food.
Chicken. Oh my God.
Show me chicken.
The top 8 at 8 on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I did just see breaking news on social media, unrelated to the Green Bay Packers, so exhale. Justin Fields carted to the locker room with an apparent lower leg injury at Jets training camp. Jets, Jets. Not the way you want to start training camp.
Jinxed?
I mean, they're a bit of a cursed franchise.
Jinx, jinx. That works too, Chew. You're right. What do we got today, Gabe?
List 8 things in front of me. You and Chew guess back and forth once you each get one incorrect. Then we open up to the fans at 800-990-3776. Whoever gets the last one on the list gets an ESPN Milwaukee prize pack. In the history of the Green Bay Packers, 8 players have had a season of 1,500-plus yards from scrimmage and 10-plus touchdowns. Name those 8 players.
I'm going to sneeze.
Bless you.
Devante.
Darn it, that's what I was going to say.
In 2021, Davante Adams had 1,553 yards, 11 touchdowns. Sneeze, you squeeze?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. It was more like you sneeze, I squeeze in and steal your answer.
Luckily for you, there's still 7 left on the board.
Say it again, 1,500 yards from scrimmage and 10 TDs, is that right?
Yep. Those are the minimums you have to hit.
Jordy
Nelson in 2014, 1,519 yards and 13 touchdowns.
Sterling?
Never did it.
Really? That's shocking. I'm out.
Good thing you stole Davante and you're out on your second guess.
I was confident in that, too.
100 yards from scrimmage and 10 touchdowns. Amon Green?
Amon Green did it 3 times, his biggest season being 2,250 yards and 20 touchdowns in 2003.
Okay. This goes year by year?
So single seasons, correct.
Yeah.
So 8 players have done it. 2 have done it multiple times. You got 1 who's done it multiple. Amon Green did it 3.
How many yards from scrimmage did Josh Jacobs have last year?
Combined? You can combine them?
That's what yards from
probably
scrimmage are. That's what yards from scrimmage are, football guy.
Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs last year had 1,617 yards.
1,617? Okay, good.
Touchdowns.
How many touchdowns?
16.
No. To get on the list.
10. 10.
I give it a 10. What do you mean, eh?
I was going to say someone, but I don't know.
Well, I'm going to stay with the running backs. I'm going to say Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones did it once in 2019, 1,558 yards, 19 touchdowns.
How many do we have here? Can you read how many?
So we have, of the 8, we have Amon Green, we have Josh Jacobs, we have Aaron Jones, Davante Adams, and Jordy Nelson. So we have 5 of the 8.
Maybe.
Dorsey.
Yeah. That's pretty good. Pretty good.
Dorsey Levens did it twice.
Yeah.
His biggest one was 1997 when he had 1,805 yards and 12 touchdowns.
Was that a good horse?
Chewy didn't know that I knew that was his nickname. Been on the show with you for 5 years.
Tom Lovat. That's who gave it to him.
All right, so you just need 2 more. You've got the 2 that have done it multiple times. Amon and Dorse. Dorse also did it in 1999.
Did Donald ever have a 15?
He might have.
He's there for so long.
Either that or 84 Denver. I think his number was 84. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know who that is. 84 Denver.
I don't either. I don't know his name.
84 Denver?
Gabe knows what I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about.
Is that a guy from his era?
No.
Would Robert Brooks have done it?
Brooksy did it in 1995.
Nice.
1,518 yards,
Your era?
13 touchdowns.
Then Donald had to have done it.
Just
Really?
one more.
I think so.
I'm like, I really want to run the list. I don't know that we've ever run the list, but I don't think I know one more. Again, I can guess Donald, but Josh is giving me the old, he's shaking me off, if you will.
What are you giving hints back there for?
No, he's just shaking me off like a pitcher, like a catcher.
Yeah, I know. That's a hint.
Try again.
What do you think hints are when he tells you you're wrong? Need an answer.
I can't think of anybody else who would have had that. James Jones.
James Jones never had 1,000 yards.
You said you needed an answer.
At least Donald would have gone over 1,000. So we just have one more on the list. 800-990-3776. In the history of the Green Bay Packers, 8 players have ever had 1,500-plus scrimmage yards and 10-plus touchdowns in a single season. Jen and Chew got 7 of the 8. We just need one more.
Let's see. Pulling up the phone lines here. Let's go out to AC in Tosa. You're up first on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Can you complete our top 8 at 8 list?
I think I can. Yes, ma'am. But can you reset the list for me?
Amon Green, Dorsey Levens, Josh Jacobs, Aaron Jones, Devontae Adams, Jordy Nelson, Robert Brooks, the 7 that we already have.
All right. I was thinking of Eddie Lacy.
People forget just how good Eddie Lacy was.
Really?
In 2014, Eddie Lacy had 1,566 yards and 13 touchdowns.
Well, to be fair, you said he had 1,566.
Mm-hmm.
It's just sneaking over the threshold.
Well, so did Aaron Jones, Devontae Adams, Jordy Nelson, Robert Brooks.
All right, fair.
You want to tell her who?
He was number 4 on
84
the list.
Denver is?
Javon Walker.
Yeah.
Oh, 84
He
Denver.
eventually then went to go on to play for Denver after he was in Green Bay.
No. Remember he had the long touchdown that win it in overtime?
Oh, yeah, he did do that as well.
That's what I was
Oh,
thinking.
I thought you were thinking because he went and played for the
I
Broncos
didn't even know he
afterwards.
played for Denver. Really? All right. 2 birds
Heavens
with one
to
stone, I guess. Whatever that means.
Heavens to Betsy.
That's what Joshy said. Heavens to Betsy.
You're a special guy.
Who?
You.
Lakeland Supply is in business to make your business better. Set up a free packaging and supply chain assessment at lakelandsupply.com. Good list, Gabe. That was a good list. Your mic is off, but Chewy agrees. Take a break. Be right back.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Looking for the best spot to hang out at the Wisconsin State Fair? Head to Left's Miller Lite Sports Bar and Grill on the corner of Grandstand Avenue and 2nd Street. Enjoy the best music lineup at the fair, plus crowd favorites like French onion cheese curds and meatloaf and mash bomb pops. Join the Taste Great Less Filling contest daily at 3 p.m. to win Brewers tickets, and don't miss the Miller Lite Toast from 5:30 to 7:15. Catch 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee broadcasting live on August 4th and 5th with chances to win swag, prizes, and more. For more details, visit lefts.com, and we'll see you at Left's Miller Lite Sports Bar and Grill.
This is Kevin Moret from Mentality. Every day is a silent competition, and with testosterone dropping 1% annually, you're fighting an uphill battle. Your colleagues notice when you lose your edge, your partner senses when your confidence wavers, and without addressing low T, you're set up to fail. No willpower can overcome this hormonal deficit. Mentality's FDA-approved treatments have shown a 30% increase in testosterone levels. Don't let low T define you. Reclaim your power at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible, overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
Evan Cohen here. According to a recent ZipRecruiter survey, 76% of employers plan to expand headcount for 2025. If you're one of these employers, add ZipRecruiter's latest feature, Zip Intro, to your hiring plan. It does most of the work for you so you save time. Just pick a time and Zip Intro finds and schedules qualified candidates for you. You can even meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/USL. That's ZipRecruiter.com/USL. Evan Cohen here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sportsbook for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
TBD.
No, not how this works. That's not how any of this
That's
works.
how you make content.
What do you mean? What do you mean? That's how it works for him.
What's TBD mean?
To be determined.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
To be
Did you hear him say to be dumb?
To be dumb. Did Joshy say that?
He did.
On 94.5 ESPN.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. Workplace stress is now one of the top causes of declining mental health, with 61% of the global workforce experiencing higher than normal levels of stress. Look, you can go on vacation, you can take a holiday, and that's great, but it is not a long-term solution. Don't forget that therapy can really help you navigate whatever challenges the workday might bring. I have benefited from therapy. It has helped me navigate some of the more challenging situations in my life. And so I sit here and tell you that if you find yourself in a space where things feel overwhelming or challenging, therapy could be the answer, and that's where BetterHelp comes in. You can unwind from work with BetterHelp, largest online therapy provider in the world. Access mental health professionals with the click of a button, and it has a 4.9 rating out of 5 based on more than 7 million client reviews. People love it. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/timeout. Why don't you just try it? See if it works. If it doesn't work for you, you go a different direction. But try it if you find yourself in a challenging situation. It's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout. So I'm listening to Mr. Irrelevant yesterday as I'm driving around Ubering my kids. And I hear Joshy drop what I think was brilliance. I really think this was fantastic. I think he created a new segment. So I want to workshop it with you guys here in our final moments on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Joshy, you remember what you said?
Yeah, it was in response to something Alex Strofe said, and it will explain once I get further here why I said what I said. But I said, you thought you had a stroke of genius there, and it sounded more like you just had a stroke.
So to me, guys, this is a segment, right? Somebody throws an idea out there and you say, stroke of genius or just a stroke?
I'm not going to lie. As soon as he said strofe, I tuned out. I'm kind of strofed out.
Really?
But I think that was, and he texted me. He's all sad at me now. So he'll get over it. But I like that. That's pretty good.
He's all sad at me.
He is.
Yeah, he needs a little tough love.
Yeah, he does. He does. I kind of like it.
My only thing was it could be potentially since it's a medical thing, but I think everyone understands it's in good fun.
Oh, yeah. You really went to bat for me on Rechew.
What do you mean?
When you test my brain and find out what an idiot I am. You're worried about the stroke?
Wait a minute. You just said moments ago, a minute ago,
Yes.
that Strofe texted you because he's all bent out of shape, and then you go, he'll get over it. Well, I feel the same way about this, okay?
It's all about accountability.
You'll get over it. Rechew is one of our most successful segments on the show.
If there's one thing we all know about Mark Chmura, it's that he's accountable.
What are the 7 words you're supposed to say if someone's having a stroke?
Oh, yeah, there is some acronym.
I thought.
What?
Yeah, I did too.
I
Me
thought
too.
you were going for the 7 words you're not supposed to say on the radio. I'm like,
I was like,
Chewy's going out in a blaze
who's
of
gonna
glory.
step
He's
in
truly
here?
upset. He's just going to go to the George Carlin, say all 7, get Joshy in trouble, and walk out.
You're still amazing.
FAST, F-A-S-T.
Yes.
Face, arms, speech, time. Check for drooping or numbness on the face. Ask the person to raise both arms. Assess for slurred speech or difficulty speaking. And then anytime any of these signs are present, time is critical. Look at this PSA Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is doing this morning as we try to figure out if saying having a stroke.
I must have a stroke every Thursday when the Blamers are around. Because I do start to slur a little bit.
I think that might be because of something else, pal.
I think that's just alcohol.
Wine's not out.
All right, here we go. Let's use it in the last few minutes. Bo Melton playing cornerback. Stroke of genius or just a stroke?
It's never good. Right.
When you switch position, after you've been in the NFL for as long as Bo Melton has, and then you switch positions, switch numbers, and now you're sharing a number. Nice.
Never a good sign.
Nice knowing you, Bo Melton.
Wait, so just a stroke?
Yeah.
I mean, because would you call it working out for Ty Montgomery? I wouldn't say.
Where even is Ty Montgomery?
He's gone.
And he was on the same side of the ball when he changed positions.
No, but he probably would have lasted longer if he stayed at receiver as opposed. If I'm Bo Melton and they're doing that, give me the same number. I'm like, just release me.
Ty Montgomery played 9 years in the NFL.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Would you? I would ask for a release instead of switching positions. Because I guaranteed what they did is they say, will you switch positions and we'll guarantee you that you will be on the team some way, shape, or form for 1 year.
I can't imagine they guaranteed a 53-man roster spot.
Are you familiar with
I think practice squad?
squad.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the phrase "bird in hand is better than two in the bush"? He currently has a spot. Why would you ask for a release? Yeah, let's
because
see.
he's not going to make it as
What
a
do you
receiver.
think that means? This is a great question by you, Joshy.
What is it? Bush and birds?
Bird?
Yeah, those are involved.
Those are words. That
Two
were
in the
said.
bush is worth.
All right, what are the stroke symptoms here? What we're speaking?
See, I'm not going to tell you where my mind goes when I hear Bush.
Yeah,
okay.
Well, it's stroke. And you got a lot of stuff happening here. We understand.
That's where I get confused.
Okay, so a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
Why would you have a bird in your hand?
Because you're going to eat it.
You're going to eat a bird?
Yeah.
What do you think chicken is?
Chicken?
Yeah, it's its own thing.
A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
Sure. Because what
in
do you
this
have to
case,
do?
it's an actual foliage bush.
No.
Okay, let's make sure that we're all in.
So let's say you've got a bird in the hand. In order to get the 2 in the bush,
I could catch the 2. I'd roll the
you
dice.
know who else thinks they could catch the 2 stroke?
Yeah, exactly. I'd say you get one, I'll get the other.
We talked about this on Tuesday. You
In
guys
which
have a lot
case,
in common.
in which case, you'd have one bird.
They'd have no birds.
Again, using it to push through the Bo Melton analogy, he has a roster spot, at least right now with the Packers. Why in the world would you ask for a release to maybe land with another team?
Because I think he's good enough to.
he's not.
You don't think so?
No.
Why?
I mean, we do this all the time with Packer receivers who are like fringe. The one I always used to, I love to use as the example is Charles Johnson. Charles Johnson was a receiver for the Packers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's exactly the point.
He still texts me to this day asking for Brett's number. And I'm like, what part of no don't you understand? I swear to
the
God.
same Charles Johnson.
What?
We talking about the same guy here?
Yes.
There's been what you should do is if you can do a Google search AI whatever and look at Packers wide receivers who ended up on the Vikings. There's about 4 of those guys that were like heroes and everybody couldn't imagine cutting. Remember Jeff Janis, Devonta Adams debate?
Oh yeah.
Like this happens all the time, and sure, it's great for him. I'm glad Bull Melton had that 100-yard game.
So I think we're talking about two different Charles Johnsons.
Yes,
because there's one that played with you.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
There's a different one who was with the Packers later, who was
I
a
don't know
fringe
him.
guy, and everyone's like, "Oh, he's going to develop. He's going to be the best guy ever."
Yeah.
And then the Packers released him. He went to Minnesota for like 2 years and
So-
had like 300 yards.
So that was just having a stroke then.
Yeah.
Well, Charles Johnson
was not the stroke of genius. Hey, I'm going to work on it for you, Joshy. I'm going to see if I can workshop it in here a little more often. Wilde and Tausch is next on ESPN Milwaukee.
Southbound on 41 continues heavy from Good Hope Road all the way past Capitol Drive. Northbound is a little bit backed up right past Capitol up to Hampton. Eastbound 94, you're looking at delays from 68th Street through the Stadium interchange. Westbound's nice and clear. And southbound 43 heavy from Good Hope Road all the way down past Silver Spring. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly cloudy, hot and humid. Chance for rain or storms, a high of 90 at the state line, 85 further north. Tonight, slight chance for rain or storms, otherwise mostly cloudy, a low of 7.